G'day folks, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Hope you guys are doing well. We're still in this very disgusting place. Tentacly whatever it is. Oh, okay. Why are you stuck here? Let me just quickly jump you up there and make sure that we're all grouped together before we proceed. That could have been bad. But yeah, we did fight off quite a big horde of enemies here. Wasn't too much of a problem though, to be fair. We resolved a puzzle over here, and then we also had the what do you call that device? The one that sort of managed to communicate with us with the different sort of minds attached to it. I do kind of regret our decision to consume one of the mines. People seem to disapprove of that, but that's okay. We'll live with that decision. I don't think it's too much of a big deal. Hopefully it's not. And yeah, we're about to press on, so we'll see what happens next. I assume we're probably going to be running into a few more fights here and there. Now, I suppose I should go left first, just a little bit, just to see if there's anything in this corridor. We do have the door, which will probably lead to our primary objective, and yeah, we've got another pathway that leads, or another branching pathway in fact, that leads elsewhere. So obviously we'll go away from our main objective for the time being. I think we also referred to this place as some kind of a illithid colony or something like that. So I'm not entirely sure what to make of it. I suppose maybe it is. Huge tentacles. Again, not entirely sure what the connection is with Isabel for the moment. Okay, there's something going on down there. Did we just miss that? Yeah, well, I guess that's one of the branching pathways. Perhaps maybe that's a good room to start, and we'll sort of figure things out from there.
A whole fleet of nautiloids. How many true souls have passed through this place?
A fleet of nautiloids. Okay, so these tentacles that we're seeing, these are from the nautiloids. There's... okay, we can see two at the very least. I wonder if the majority of the true souls that we found, you know, in the tower section actually knew what was right underneath them. So there's a fresh mind here. I wouldn't mind going back and plugging the fresh mind into the device and just see what more we can learn. And then there's all sorts of other stuff here which we could interact with, but maybe we'll come back to that. I'm sort of curious about this mind. So back we go. I think it's, yeah, just in this direction here. Yeah, so the previous fight that we had, I don't know how I felt about it, guys. The moonbeam spell, although good, it is quite difficult to to use carefully, I suppose, for want of a better word. Perhaps maybe it's just me, you know, not being careful enough with my my planning. Let's drop that. And let's plug in the other mind. So, fresh mind. I wonder if we might find even more of these mines lying about, and we're gonna have to come back here quite a few times. And I'm sort of thinking about whether or not we should wait until we've got a few more before coming back here. Or this could be the last one, you never know.
My head hurts. Can I go back to bed, Mummy?
Definitely unsettling. How did you get here?
I live here. This is my house. Our house, right, Mummy? We saw a big spiky snail that fell out of the sky. I'm just very sleepy, Mummy. I wish you'd stop waking me up so much.
Probably referring to the tentacles that started kidnapping people in that very first cutscene that we saw. I, meanwhile, am never going to sleep again. Big spiky snail?
With big wiggly legs!
I don't know if we take action by choosing the first or the third one. If we had to choose between the two, it would be the first one. And I don't know what happens if we choose the second one. I suppose it's just a line of dialogue. Yes. Well, I, meanwhile, am never going to sleep again.
You should. We can talk in the morning. Night, night, Mummy. Love you.
Okay. Don't know what to make of that. Can we speak to this mind again?
I'm sleepy. Mummy.
Yeah, okay. Doesn't look like it. Right, let's head back. And I suppose we should go back to that room and just play around with some of the devices that we saw. Come on, Gale. Right, this way. So we've got two of the same devices here, this neural apparatus. And then we've got this, which I assume this just restores all of our HP. We don't need it yet, so I might leave that alone. Let's do a quick save. And yeah, we'll just check in on these neural apparatuses. The platform. Oh, right, this platform. Okay, so it's gonna take us down somewhere. Interesting. Down or perhaps maybe up. I'm not sure. Rescue Zariel's asset from Moonrise Towers. Oh, yeah, okay. This is Will's questline. I wish I had him with us, but I don't think that's a possibility right now. Is there a way for us to leave this place? I don't think so, because we sort of fell down. And I don't see a way that we can bridge the gap between this section and this area here, which does have a an exit, obviously. Well, I mean, we don't really have a choice, and it's one of those things that we're just gonna have to live with. Are these the snails she was talking about, or is she referring to those tentacles? I think maybe these are the snails. They seem very inactive, though. Alright, let's take the other pathway. I just want to see where that leads. And yeah, my bad. I had thought that this was the main quest objective, but it actually isn't. So we should actually hit this place up very soon. More branching pathways. Oh, there's just a few nooks here and there. Don't know what to make of all of that. It seems pretty devoid of any presence, though, unless things are hidden. Cressa's notes. I have seen 1,000 ears. Some have the reflexes to twitch when they know the worm is about to burrow. The worm takes longer to get through if the entry hole isn't cleaned. I have taken to torching them with an ear candle. It all makes for dull work. I am tired of ears. I am tired of my only order being create thralls. Apparently, all we need to know about the brain is being handled by the Chosen. I am forbidden from studying these dull thralls. I need a new one that Balthazar doesn't know of. A creature of exceptional will, like my old dear pet. Can keep fragments of its own mind while affected by the parasite. We need to know why. Okay, this is one of Balthazar's assistants, disciples, whatever you want to call them. Mistress of Souls research log. Experiments on the first one, day 4. Again, I have noted a fluid leakage from the oral cavity and have ascertained the cause. Due to the unusual method of parasitic insertion, the secretions of the creature within are leaking out, rather than being absorbed by the brain, as we have noted in other thralls. I cannot say why the parasite is evacuating this oil, but it has the scent of garlic. We now know indicates it has fed on the host's brain matter itself. I have collected a sample of ear fluid. Day 5, vivisection day today, showed no sign of pain as I was unraveling the long intestine, but instead grabbed the organ as if it were a rope, reached to wrap it around my neck as if to strangle me, but all the strength in its poor arms is quite gone. Had to thread the guts back into the body. We'll try again another day. Man, some of these entries that we've been reading are pretty disgusting. Like all the stuff about like cleaning like ear cavities and all that sort of stuff. Yuck. I don't really think that there's anything else of interest here. Anything in the chest? A bit of gold. Not sure. I'll take that. I don't know why it still counts as stealing, since we've made enemies of everything in the tower at this point. Oh, hang on. I've only just realized these guys... Oh, Cressa is right here. Huh. I'm thinking we probably will be having a bit of a fight. Let's have a look at the other nook before we continue.
Down.
Harry Henry's journal. These slick innards, these fluid chambers. How long have we been here, making thralls? I don't want to any longer. Merkel is drowned out in my head by my own spiral fears. The Bone Lord doesn't want a coward. None of this looks real. I am in a kraken belly. I am turned inside, upside. I am dead. Merkel's grey waste always sounded peaceful, not like this. So I guess maybe some of these guys are not here willingly. So the other two rooms are over in this direction. You know, this conversation we're about to have might actually trigger. So I'm gonna see if we can de-escalate it because, you know, Balthazar's dead.
General Thorm was attacked. The order to evacuate given. You should not be here. I conclude you are one of the attackers.
Okay, so I thought we were going to de-escalate, but considering her tone, maybe we're just gonna kill them. I don't know. I mean, we've made enemies of the entire tower. Why not? Let us attack these guys. Yeah, plus, I'm thinking we get some tadpoles and maybe some loots. I'm already imagining the comments saying, "Oh, what happened to talking our way out of like situations?" Well, I've talked out of some situations, but, you know, I think it's good to fight in others, like this situation, for instance. We're actually going first, for the most part, so let's just take a look at the HP on these guys. I think we can just deal, like, massive damage immediately. I am sort of thinking, oh, do I do haste? But perhaps maybe that's not the play. And we can just simply do Fireball and then get in as many attacks as possible. We might even manage to kill a couple, if we're really lucky, with Calder Weak. Or we go with Ice Storm, which does even more damage, obviously. Some of these things we might be able to loot, and I just don't want to accidentally damage stuff. Yeah, it's tricky. Haste is a level 3, yeah. So if that's the case, maybe we do Ice Storm in case I need to use haste anytime soon. We might get prone off of these guys as well. On these guys, rather. Or not. Okay, let's tuck Gale back here to safety. Or relative safety.
Can't give up.
And how much HP do these guys have? Yeah, we'll bring the Shadow Heart up.
On the move.
She'll tank. But we'll do, I would say, maybe a Guiding Bolt. How much damage does that do? 24 at best. I think we'll do Cressa. Got a 6 16, not bad. Let's do... actually, I haven't really seen what these guys can do. Harry Henry. Iron Finger. Mag 2 Budge. Alright. Let's do a... Maybe we should mix it up. Maybe we do a halberd this time. Yeah, I'll just place it right there. Okay, it's gonna go a little later. That's fine.
Still on my feet.
Blue. Level 3 spell. I could. I think I'm just going to take a couple of shots though.
Yes,
Very nice. And we do this guy. Nice. Okay. So with any luck, they all slip. But I'm not really counting on that though. Oh, I forgot to consider that there are these things here which could explode and then they could ignite that, but
victory is assured.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Orders.
Let's bring you up a little bit and let's see, we do... I think we can do a flaming sphere. I'm kind of curious. We've never ever used flaming sphere before. We could put it there. I think that should get both of them. I think. Did they even take damage? Let me just take a look at that. We can move the sphere as well. So similar to Moonlight. It hasn't done damage immediately though, has it? So, hang on. Let me just take a look at the way this works. Damages nearby enemies and objects. I assume they get damage at the start of their turn then, if we haven't seen the damage right away. Anyway, okay, come to think of it, I should have saved my level 2 slots for Flame Blade. Yikes, okay. That's fine. It's fine. We'll just have to spellcast for the time being. And I will move Jahira up just to block off the enemies. Actually, Ursa. We probably do want Ursa to be able to get through. Maybe she can jump through, actually, so that's fine. Dead. Quoth. Doesn't really need to do anything, really. Nice. I feel like this fight's been pretty unfair, to be fair. Is he dead? Yes. Okay. So what else is there? Oh! Hang on. No, she's just prone. My bad, my bad. I did not realize that. Yeah, well, we might be able to squeeze through. Not quite. Let's do a bonus action in that case. Bonus dash. And I should be able to, if I don't become prone. Oh. Ursa, come on. Alright, at least she's not burning or anything, so... But we can move this slightly, right? So we may as well. So this thing actually makes attacks. That is so strange, isn't it? Yeah, this is such a weird spell, I find. We're summoning literally a blob. I know it says a sphere, but I think a blob is a little bit more accurate. Let's finish things off. Okay, so the flaming sphere doesn't actually cause damage to us unless it's like in like an attack mode, I suppose. Really weird.
Watch your elders and learn.
Yeah, it lasts for 10 turns. We may as well turn it off now though.
All's well that ends.
We're not going to be able to keep it anyway. And
What's next, I wonder?
yeah, the spiritual weapon's going to disappear soon anyway. Alright, let's take a look around.
Still alive.
There are
So that's progress.
obviously corpses to loot and rooms to check. So this is basically lodging for these guys. Letter from Iron Finger. She's going to put one in me any day. Cressa, who was initiated the very same hour as I, all those years ago. She's going to put a parasite in my ear when I sleep. Can't bear to be without a pet to experiment on. Needs to have a thrall locked away so she can go further than Balthazar will let her. Cressa, I remember when we were just stomping on ant piles and raising them back up. Our very first deaths. I hope you remember somewhere. So, childhood friends, maybe? At this stage, I'm sort of thinking, you know, about what could have perhaps happened had we interacted differently in that situation. So, for example, like, would we have been able to convince them to abandon the cause, for instance? And, maybe we meet them again in Baldur's Gate. Who knows? Who knows? Closed mind. Again. So we're gonna have to go back to that room. That's fine. But I think we'll not rush to go there immediately. And rather we'll just have a look around to see if we can find any more mines.
Design.
Anything up this way? Doesn't look like it. A potato. Okay then. Flail of Merkel.
Baldur's Gate will know my design. Our design.
Yeah, they all seem to have the same flail. Alright, and presumably Cressa might have something interesting. Merkelite Scourge. I feel like we've seen this weapon before. Oh well. Not really too important. And nothing else going on here, it seems. Can we interact with any of this stuff in the background? No, it doesn't look like it.
We will take the city. Every soul made true.
Okay, what's going on in here? Yeah, some pretty disgusting stuff. I don't know how you would live with all of this. So... the smells down here must be absolutely refreshing. I remember our life as country surgeons back in Nashkel. We only ever wanted to be the best, to learn how to staunch any mortal wound. How did we get here? Cressa hasn't been herself since her pet true soul was shipped out on that nautiloid. I haven't been able to so much as touch her. I find myself growing green at the thought. My own wife revolts me with those experiments. Not really my wife any longer. I thought getting that favorite creature dispatched would bring her back to herself, but she pines for that damn feral corpse with aching need. If she finds out I ratted out to Balthazar that she was keeping it, and got it sent away, she might kill me. So, this guy and Cressa are married. Interesting. Yeah, now I feel even worse for ending them. But, to be fair guys, they've probably done some unspoken horrors to countless people at this stage, and I mean, if we pretended that we were there to support them, like, what would we have had to do from there? Maybe I could have convinced them to just evacuate, but then we might actually have to deal with them another time. Is this something we can interact with? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so this is the room done. We are about to approach Zariel's assets. Pity we don't have either Karlach or Will, but that's fine. I assume this is gonna lead into the room we need to be in. Maybe even this could be a better entrance. Because sort of, you know, we're not going in from the front door, so to speak. Let's do a quick save.
Lovely day.
Gale, just having a look at our spell slots, we are running low on level 3s, level 4s as well. Do we want to use Arcane Recovery? Look, it might not be a bad idea to do that. Give us another Ice Storm, I reckon. And then, yeah, we may as well recharge a level 1 spell slot.
Very well. Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Okay. Definitely a bigger room here. Perhaps maybe the asset is contained in one of these pods. Got a bit of a stream/river thing going on. Of what? Who knows? Tadpoling center. Okay. Alright, these folks are about to get tadpoled.
Brine pools, but empty of tadpoles. Unusual. Harvesting all the larvae indicates they are getting ready for something big.
Okay. Suspended Ceremorphosis, dictated to Scribe Yanthus by Enver Gortash. Ceremorphosis, illithid larval transformation of a host humanoid into a mind flayer, typically occurs in less than a 10-day after infection. But the tadpoles laid by our captive elder brain are enhanced due to the powerful Netherese magic of the Crown of Karsus. Our enhanced tadpoles induce in their hosts a sort of suspended ceremorphosis, a state in which the host becomes susceptible to telepathic influence and even coercion from the Absolute, our elder brain. Okay, so is that confirming that the Absolute is basically Illithid and of I guess their origins, maybe? It's a specific elder brain, I suppose, right? Like, maybe not all Illithid are offspring of the same elder brain, and therefore behave a little bit differently. For our purposes, there are two key aspects to this influence. First, the conversion of the host into a mental lackey of the Absolute occurs entirely without the host's awareness. Its servility feels comfortable and natural and is never consciously questioned. Second, the servile state persists even when the host is far beyond the usual range of an elder brain's psionic control. This phenomenon is spectacularly useful given our ambitions. Persists even when the host is far beyond the usual range. Okay, so normally there would be a range of influence, and the further away you get from an elder brain, the less influence it has on you if you had been infected by one of the tadpoles. I guess it still doesn't explain why we have our own sort of free will.
Hello? Anyone out there?
Okay.
That pod.
By Grazit's cock, it's about time you came.
Mizora? Figures. All that talk about Zariel's asset. I should have known you were lying.
Why, perish the thought. Every word was nothing less than true. Now, enough sniffing around and get me out of this thing.
Do it, and I'll let Will off his leash. A devil always keeps her promises.
Your eyes turn to the control panel next to the pod. It has two devices marked with Illithid symbols. The controls are open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
Can't we firstly make a deal with her though? Because freeing Will from his leash is great, but like, that doesn't really imply that he's going to be transformed back into his old self. I want that kind of deal if we can make it, right? So examine the device on the left.
The symbol's meaning comes into focus. Annihilate.
Ooh. And examine the one on the right.
You decipher the symbol. It's an Illithid sigil, meaning unleash.
Or we can use our strength and smash through the pod. I am going to leave her there for the moment. If we need to save Scum, I will. So I'm just curious to see if we can leave her, and then, she might change her tune a little bit, maybe ask for, negotiation or whatever.
Don't take long. They pop a tadpole in me and the hells will take Will for good.
Okay, she's got a point there. There's all sorts of stuff going on here as well. Let's quick save. I feel like I've been quick saving every, 10 seconds or something. this be the Duke? Maybe? I'm just afraid that I might be freeing them a little earlier than I should be, but I really don't know what I don't know. That's
Mind flayers
again.
and civilians, side by side.
What does
This must be where they infect and transform those they kidnap.
I was gonna say, what does the apparatus do? I wonder.
Your tadpole forms a telepathic connection with the device, and a chorus of static energy fills your mind. Every mind flayer in the room calls out hungrily from its pod, seeking release and sustenance. But there are others in the pods, those not yet infected, not yet elithid, terrified, desperate to escape. The device is open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
Ooh. Let's leave the pods be for the moment. The issue I have is the illithids are probably hostile, and therefore we must fight them if we do release everyone. And there's no guarantee I'm going to be able to save everyone, and I want the best chance of being able to do that, obviously. Some of these tentacles are green and some are red. I wonder if the red ones mean they are illithid. Or perhaps maybe it's the other way around. I can't exactly see what's through these pods. Oh, actually no, I can. Right. Okay. So with that in mind, I guess maybe the red ones mean that the pods are empty? But what I could do... Again, another quick save here. Is maybe use one of the red
device
ones.
Does not react to your presence.
Yeah, okay. I was just seeing whether or not it does open the pod or not. And if we're really into just, you know, killing all of the mind flayers, we could do so by releasing them one by one, perhaps? Don't know if that's a thing. 71 HP for the mind flayer.
Prepare the march.
Yeah. Not sure what to think of this entire situation. Let me break everyone off, and I think it's a good idea to prepare ourselves for battle.
Certainly.
I'm gonna get Shadowheart to open the pod, so she'll be in the front.
Nature's servant
Jaheira, maybe you can be there. I wonder if each illithid would try to open some of the other pods once I do release it. Anyway. Ursa, maybe we'll keep you in the front as well.
Do what must
And
be done.
Jaheira... I think what I'll do is do a woodland being.
The moment comes.
So that woodland being maybe... Oh, okay. Alter the terrain around you, allowing nearby allies in the area to travel with ease. Okay. Then it has spike growth, that's good. And tangle. Fallen lover. A woodwode. This lasts until long rest, which means I could perhaps just summon it right now. Yeah, just preparing ourselves for the best here. The best start. Five to 8 damage, entangle, another entangle. Okay. Well, here goes nothing.
Can't afford to stay idle.
The device releases a stream of fragmented memories and emotions, all that remains of the pod inhabitant's former self. Delirium, mania, laughter. His mind broke before the end, and he was laughing uncontrollably as the skin fell from his face.
Ugh. Alright, well, my bad. I thought we would be able to release these guys one by one, but that doesn't seem to be the case. We're gonna have to release all of them at once, which means things are going to get messy.
You remember the shattered windows of Alteral's High Cathedral, the burning black sky of Avernus beyond.
Baldur's Gate.
In its horror, the blood war unites you. Tiefling, dwarf, and elf alike huddle behind the shields of your paladin order, waiting for salvation. But when it comes, disunity. The returned city casts your people out, the devils who dragged them down to hell. In the end, it is not your paladin oath that is broken. It is your faith itself.
We will take the city.
Courage, conviction, defiance. Even as her organs began to dissolve, she believed she could resist.
Standing tall to the end. Jeez. And the writing in this game is superb. Just the amount of details going through people's minds.
Curiosity, fascination. He believed the horrors of Moonrise to be a fleeting dream that fade on waking. This pod pulsates with the angry memories of Ravengard's search officer, Manep Shurga. She laments her failure to locate him. Desperation, pain, terror. Cultists raided his village. He was the sole survivor.
The chosen are my heart.
Your lungs burn with the dry heat of the fires raging about you. But the pain is not enough to diminish your swing. One goblin after another falls to your blade. A man's voice cries out through the thick smoke. Ravengard, you call, but the clang of swords and spell shouts of attacking drow are your only reply.
One.
So I guess a lot of these guys are Flaming Fist. This is gonna be super messy. So, how many Illithid do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many allies do we have? 1, 2, 3. Only 3. Can we get an idea of how much HP these guys have, or no? I guess it's just the Illithids that we'll be able to tell. Which I think was like 72 or whatever, 70 something, 71. Okay, so I'm now very confused. And I feel like area of effect attacks would be a bit difficult to get off with certainty here, because we've got allies in the mix as well. I suppose maybe we just need to focus down on one Illithid at a time. I was sort of thinking about, do we set up our melee combatants to engage each mind flare as they come out? That might be a decent play, since we do have a few summons here that might be able to just simply engage
The moment.
the
Absolute.
Wherever
illithid.
we go, ye gods, let there be something green. On my way.
Let's place you there. Woodward, actually the Dryad. She doesn't have a lot of HP, so that sort of worries me a little bit. Woodward. I think maybe we put the Woodward there. And then ranged and spellcasting. And we also have Shadowheart. I think I'll put Shadowheart there.
Pushing.
No one's stopped me yet.
And yeah, I'll get Gale to operate the apparatus.
Adventure awaits.
Or should I get Blue to do that? I'm not entirely sure what's going to trigger conversations, actually. Yeah, I was looking for this ability, actually. It's just permanent. Mental barriers. Advantage on intelligence saving throws. Anyway, let's do another quick save here, and look, if things go south, we might redo this fight and just focus on one illithid at a time, instead of sort of placing some of our companions against each illithid that's going to come out, but yeah, let's do this.
Connect to the device and gain control of the pods and the fate of their occupants. The device is open to your tadpole's command. To
Yeah,
your
let's release.
authority.
Okay, Mol's in here, Zevlor as well. Now it's just a matter of making sure that they survive.
Need to stay focused.
Shadowheart, let's go with Spirit Guardians. Actually, it might be good to just inspect what these guys are about. Steeped in bliss. Oh yeah, because we've got the stone. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the stone. But, oh, these things have become hostile as well. I was not counting on that. Alright, this just got a lot more complicated. Spirit Guardians. Okay, decent start. Let's do... I think these guys are resistant to any types of damage, so I think I can do... I don't know. Yeah, maybe let's do a halberd again. I didn't remember there being another illithid in there. Wait a minute. Wait. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is spawn it right here. Let's just take a look at the journal as well, actually. Open the pods. We're in for a fight. Yeah. There was no sign of Mole in the tadpoling center of the Mind Flare colony. She must have found a way back out of this accursed place. Okay. So, at least we've found Zevlor, though. What about the Duke? Okay. The Duke's not here, I don't think. But only Zevlor is, so... Let's hope we can just keep him alive, though. Who else do we have here? Manep Shurga... Gauntlet Yeva. And... That's it. Okay. Well, let's hope for the best.
The witching hour.
Level 2 spell slot. I think we definitely want haste on this time around. So let's get to using that. And yeah, I could probably tuck Gales back here. I just don't want to bunch up too much.
Got to concentrate.
Blood comes easy these days.
Alright, let's take our attacks here. Can we cull? No, we can't. Okay. The Intellect Devourers. Oh, they are now hostile everywhere. Hmm. Zevlor is gonna go next. I wonder if I should try and kill at least one of the Intellect Devourers. Just reduce the amount of turns that the enemies will have, you know? Yeah, let's take that attack. Or, hang on. I think if I take down the Mind Flayer, that's probably better. Because it'll probably be able to do heaps more damage. Okay, good. And, oh, actually, I might be able to take the Intellect Devourer as well here. Great. Alright, let's, reposition.
Can't afford to let up.
Yeah, let's just move up a little bit. Do some damage. We'll take an attack here. I don't mind that. Because I'd rather do a little bit of extra damage to the Mind Flayer. So, let's do it. Yep. Nice miss there. Good. Let's end her turn. Blue, I'm going to tuck Blue away just in the corner over here. I know there are 3 of us here, so that's a little bit risky, but hopefully nothing bad will happen.
Battle of wits.
Nice. Good work, Zevlor. Love to see it. Oh, yes. Okay, good. Woodward. Let's do... I suppose we should just take an attack, I guess. Cosmic Omen. Add a 1d6 bonus. I think so. What about this? Number of times you could channel Divinity. War God's Blessing. Plus 10 to their attack roll. Both are pretty good. I'll take War God's Blessing though. Maybe... oh, I can take both. Okay. A little bit of extra damage, that's good. Regeneration. So if you walk through vine surfaces, you can restore your HP. That's kind of cool. Let's leave him there, obviously.
Eliminated.
Alright. So... bit tricky here. Insect plague. Maybe not. I could sacrifice a level 3 spell slot and do Flame Blade. Which I kind of want to do. I assume it gives us additional damage by using Flame Blade. Oh, wait a sec. Right, so it then replaces your shield. That's not ideal. Not ideal at all.
Your choice, no.
Ooh. Very nice. Okay. Not enough movement. Oh, are you kidding me? I could get in there. I'll use strengthened shillelagh. Shillelagh? Oh, you're joking. Immune to blind. Oh, man. Okay, Jaheira's kind of in trouble, though. All things considered. I think we'll focus on this one. They don't really hold any weapons though, do they? Just get some damage in. Okay. I am slightly concerned that we're all bunched up. Can't really do too much here. Let's just get a little closer to the entrance. Because I think we're also expecting a few more of these devourers. Disadvantage. Let's just move up a tad. Right there.
Don't waste a step.
Try and get rid of you. Right, good.
Good idea, I think.
So let's end our turn.
Let me recite their demise.
Almost done here on this Mind Flayer. I think I'll do... Oh, this is only 15. I don't mind it though, because I think I'm just going to take some weapon attacks with Shadowheart, and we might get the kill there. In fact,
Can't give up.
I
Not
might
now.
start with Shadowheart first. Divine Strike. Guided Strike. Okay, not quite enough, unfortunately. That's okay. Should be able to then get Gale to, instead of consuming a spell slot, maybe we can just do Firebolt.
The lesson is death.
Perhaps maybe the magic missile was warranted, because I could have cast it on this Mind Flayer as well, in hindsight.
Of course.
Pushing Gale back that way, and Shadowheart, I think we get you to come up this way.
Have to keep going.
Don't know if this will be close enough, but probably not.
A rough tempest I will raise.
Okay, there goes both. Very nice. Ooh. Very good. Alright, and the Woodwode... Actually, not a Woodwode, it's... Actually, it is a Woodwode, isn't it? Entangle. Okay, should be able to get that, maybe? No. Not close enough, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll just block him in here. And what else can we do here? Entangle. Okay, it's a AoE spell though, so don't really think we need to try and get in there too much. Wow, that was a lot of damage on a lot of people. Not ideal. And, yeah, heaps of stuns as well. Our Dryad's almost dead. I think I'll do bonus action, dash, and then we do our attack here. Good. How much HP do you have? 32. Okay, so very possible that people could die in this fight, but I think we've just gotten pretty lucky, to be honest. Oh no. As soon as I say we've gotten pretty lucky.
I didn't think I was going to make it. Thank you. I owe you an explanation. Much more than that. But first, please, the others, the ambush. Tell me they survived?
I'm kind of concerned about the intellect devourers that we haven't finished off, but I assume the Flaming Fist has managed to repel them. Hopefully. They found refuge, but what the hell's happened out there, Zevlor?
You've heard some of it, I'm sure. That I froze, or broke, or some other lie that is kinder than the truth. We were ambushed by cultists, yes. And then I heard her, their false god, whispering promises in my mind. I would be a paladin again, with a god's purpose, a god's power. Everything I needed to protect my people. And all the while, the cult tortured them. They fought and ran and died around me, while I imagined myself their savior. By the time I regained my senses, it was too late. I did not just surrender to the Absolute. For a moment, I welcomed it.
If you wanted power, you never needed a god, only to live up to your ideal.
I fell short of that mark in Avernus, and even so, it was not so bad as this. I won't make excuses. I can't make amends, but I know something of what you came to do. I want to help, if you'll let me. Ketherick is below. He thinks you're no longer a menace. Descend and show him how wrong he... If there are any more survivors to be found, I'll find them and lead them out of this place.
Okay, the conversation's a little bit bugged there. If we get him to fight with us, there's a potential that he might die. I think it's probably better if he continues to find other survivors. I mean, there's a chance that that might cause his death as well. So, I think it's okay. We'll let him find his people. They need you.
They have you. Go, my friend. Please, let me do this much.
Okay. Maybe I could convince him to come with me then.
Hells. I didn't think I was going to finish what...
Okay, I can't really talk to him anymore. There's the Flaming Fist, though.
Oh, stench. I'm beginning to think I should have stayed in that pod. In there it only smelled like me. Is there any news about Duke Ravengard? Did he get out alive? No. Tell by your expression. Gonna have to fall on my sword, aren't I?
Well, not if we manage to save him, though, right? Gauntlet ever.
I don't know how to thank you. I thought I was done for. This is a bleeding shit show. Half my squad's dead, the other half sporting tentacles. We came here to rescue Duke Ravengard. But we didn't stand a chance.
Is the Duke someone who rewards well? Did you see the Duke?
Yeah. He was in one of the pods. The cultists took him away. He was still human and still trying to put up a fight.
Okay. Well, we better get to the Duke then. And then there's the matter of Zariel. Alright, a lot of interesting things happened in this episode. Very happy with the progress. Still regretting the fact that we don't have, you know, Will with us. And I don't know if we really needed anyone else here. Someone was suggesting maybe Lae'zel for the interaction with the Gith mind, but anyway. I am signing out here, guys, for the moment. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did, or a dislike if you didn't. Some comments down below as usual. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.